Thank you! Hello! And welcome to Good News. So, what's been happening? Well, either this bloke has a massive erection or he's hiding a dwarf.
Men shooting from this direction, so don't start coming from this direction.
That is nothing. Did anyone else see that gnome wanking on the news?
Gnomes banned for 100 years have been spotted here at Chelsea.
I think we all know he's happy. Now here's a question. Did anyone else think that Sky's coverage of the Oklahoma tornado was a little bit shit?
We'll be live to Oklahoma for the very latest on the tornado. So the very latest there from Jeremy Thompson.
And finally, is it me, or does Morgan Freeman find Michael Caine a little bit boring?
They then, in the movie, show you how it was done without CGI. So it's quite a wondrous thing to sit there. We were in the audience last night. I'd never seen it with audience. And the reaction was incredible, because they actually show you, because, you know, in the story, the police come in and solved how the trick was done. I played a magician in one movie, but I was doing a guy like, I had to learn card tricks off the wheel.
The big news was, of course, the tragic events in Woolwich.
The shocking attack on the streets of London. 2 men are shot by armed police after attacking what is reported to be a serving soldier.
It was an awful, barbaric attack. The nation was shocked. Some left flowers at the scene, some donated money to help for heroes, and then a few morons did this.
There were attacks on mosques in Kent and Essex.
What a bunch of dicks! There's been an attack in Woolwich. Let's drive 50 miles away and brick a mosque. What kind of logic's that? Fred West killed people in Gloucester. Let's go to Swindon and punch someone. Then it got worse. Some twats from the English Defence League went to Woolwich to reclaim the streets.
There were confrontations in Woolwich between the police and a group of around 60 people from the English Defence League.
Utter knobs. We're here to make the streets safer. By fighting. We're going to clean up the streets by throwing bricks, hurling bottles and smashing up shops. The only way to stop terrorism is to create more terror. If you want to make Britain a better place for your children, probably not a good idea to throw bricks at the fucking police. Also, does anyone else find it pretty ironic that people who hate Muslims turned up looking like they were wearing burqas? It's so stupid. Some of them can't tell the difference between Islam and Narnia. Never submit to Aslan. And don't get me started on Mr. Tumnus! It wasn't just the EDL being idiotic. Did you hear what happened on Twitter? Hundreds of people sent tweets like this. Why are you marching in Woolwich? And who were they sending it to? EDF Energy. That's right. People were accusing an energy supplier of being racist. This poor guy was shitting himself. Now, some tweets were good, though. Nick Griffin got slammed after a typically bigoted outburst. Soldiers say from Frontline that in London, that's the reality of mass immigration. The politician who did this to Britain should hang. And what was the very first response he got? Nick Griffin, you're a cat shit pushed through a puddle of rat smoke. I couldn't have put it better myself. Now, one thing we can all agree on, in times of adversity, you need a strong leader. David Cameron stepped up and delivered this stirring speech.
This country will be absolutely resolute in its stand against violent extremism and terror. We will never give in to terror or terrorism in any of its forms.
I will work every hour God sends until terrorism is a thing of the past. And where was he 24 hours later?
The Prime Minister's flown off on holiday. He has gone to Ibiza with wife Samantha.
What an idiot! The country's on terror alert. He's like, whoa, I'm going to Ibiza. Pedro, line out the cocktails. Daddy's gonna get bollocks. So why has Dave gone on his holes? Well, he's had a tough time trying to make gay marriage legal.
The Prime Minister is facing opposition from within his own party as the bill to allow same-sex marriage in England and Wales returns to the House of Commons.
You're telling me? Now, loads of Tories were outraged. It's disgusting, it's appalling. But Norman Tebbit wins my award for overreaction of the week. Did you see what he said? Gay marriage may lead to a lesbian queen. What? Gay marriage may lead to a lesbian queen. I'd love to have seen the Queen's face when she read that.
Philip! It says here that if they pass gay marriage, I'll become a lesbian.
Really? Can I watch? Hello, Kelly Brook? I'm sending a card. I tell you what, this is really going to change the Queen's speech.
Britain, I've got an announcement to make. I'm off the crown jewels. From now on, I shall be known as Your Majesty.
Gay marriage will lead to a lesbian queen. What, and I suppose you'll make Prince Harry do this? Mind you, if you think what Norman Tebbit said was insane, look what this bloke in America did.
A dog owner sends his pet to be euthanized because he thinks his dog is gay. The pup was pumping another male dog. The owner told shelter workers he refuses to have a gay dog.
Yeah, he wants his dog to be killed because he's gay. Poor doggy, yeah. Imagine him in the pound. What are you in for? Too old. You? Too fabulous. Fetch your bone. Honey, I don't even know your name. Fly me to the moon. Don't fret. Luckily, this story has a happy ending.
A Facebook campaign was set up to try and save the dumped dog. And luckily, he's been adopted and named Elton.
Hey! All's well that ends well. Not only that, his new boyfriend loves to be teabagged. Elsewhere this week, have you seen who fancies being London mayor?
Eddie Izzard says he's prepared to take the flak for wanting to pursue a career in politics. In a recent magazine interview, the comedian confirmed he will seek the Labour nomination for Mayor of London.
Wow. Eddie Izzard versus Boris Johnson. That could be the most amazing, surreal debate ever.
I want a party with values.
Reduce crime and disorder.
Invade Birmingham.
Pelted with pork pies.
Take your buttocks and sell them to the Chinese.
Triangular doodah.
Pork pie hat on a raptor.
Killer rabbit.
Chicken undertakers.
Beetroot juice.
Chocolate hobnobs.
Macaroon.
Cake mix.
Cyborg.
Tootie.
Badger.
Pigs and squirrels.
Whiff whack.
Helicopters.
Bicycles.
Bonk.
Codswallop.
What?
Flabbergasted.
Lipstick.
Pussycat.
Bisexual hermaphrodite.
Very nice.
That is a debate we don't want. Mind you, if you think those two are odd choices for a mayor, check out this story from America.
Robert Tufts might look like your average preschooler, but this little guy's got more credentials than most men 10 times his age. He's the mayor of his own town.
A town in America has a 4-year-old mayor? Imagine his manifesto.
I will be strong on green issues, or as I call them, bogies. I'm going to give the economy a boost, and if it's really nice, a Twix. Imagine him in debates. This little piggy went to market, this little piggy stayed at home, but still claimed benefits, and that is bullshit. Or maybe he just went, if you don't vote for me, I'll tell everyone you touch me.
You can't have toddlers running a city. They won't be able to handle complicated issues like, I don't know, crime and finance. Some of them still can't get their heads around how ball machines work. How are they appearing? From a toddler mayor to a really lazy bastard, some bloke in America has been paying another man in China to do his job for him.
A U.S. computer programmer actually outsourced his own job to China so he could goof off at work. He paid the Chinese programmers about 1/5 of his six-figure salary while he surfed the internet.
That is unbelievable. Russell Howard, would never do that. Did you see what he was doing at work instead?
Bob devoted his work time to Facebook, Reddit, eBay, and cat videos.
In fairness, they are funny.
That was great fun.
This next story is amazing. Check out who the Germans are sending into space.
German porn star Coco Brown is training to be the first porn star in space.
They're sending a porn star to space. Fair to say, her co-presenter, a little bit excited about this story.
Oh my God, it's a porn star in space!
You think he's happy? Check out how the astronauts felt.
I'd love to see the moment she met up with him. Just the other astronauts. I've trained for hours in zero gravity. Well, I have a degree in astrophysics. What's your special skill? And her just going, pass me that ping pong ball. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Christ, there'll be aliens at the windows like this. Now, my favourite part of the story is the way this reporter sums it up.
If you're worried about how she's going to do and if she's going to be all right, she's already been in German porn. Believe me, she can take it.
Oh, that is such a window into his life.
She can take it. I once saw a German girl shag so many men by the time she finished, she had a
liquid ass.
Mind you, if you think porn in space is bizarre, have a look where it appeared in New Zealand.
Families watching Prime TV this afternoon got a shock when the grassroots rugby show they were watching was suddenly replaced by hardcore porn.
An Auckland woman watched in disbelief as the rugby turned to Desperate Black Wives 2.
There you go.
There you go.
Porn interrupted a rugby game. Imagine that moment. Come on, score a try. You can. Holy shit.
Well, that is not how you do the hacker. Do you think she's going to be all right?
Yeah, mate, she's been in German porn. She can take it. It is outrageous, though, isn't it? I mean, showing porn in the middle of a TV show, for Christ's sake, you're here to entertain, not show random bits of filth. I would never...
From the makers of Cock the Week and Big Fat Jizz of the Year, comes Russell Howard's Wood News.
I was very young and I needed the money. Go to the music. Go to the fucking music! Next up, big religious news in Russia.
When you hear the words Christian music, images like this might come to mind. But the church has decided to get with the times. The Tulskaya Diocese has decided to allow its younger members the opportunity to have their voices heard. And the way they've decided to do this is by rapping.
Yeah, basically they're getting rid of hymns and replacing with rap. Imagine that. When I say Jesus, you say yeah. He looked like a BG and he had good hair. Judas betrayed him, but he don't mind because he can turn water into wine. In the name of the Father, the Ghost and the Son. I baptize all the bitches and I shoot my gun. I got loads of gold and a massive rod. Now go in peace and thanks be to God. It would be quite cool. But I don't think it's going to work because rap and religion, bad idea. Believe me.
Well, I wrote this song for the Christian youth.
Lovely.
I want to teach kids
the Christian truth.
Sweet.
If you want to reach those kids on the street, then you gotta do a rap to a hip-hop beat.
Gentle.
So I gave my sermon an urban kick. My rhymes are fly, my beats are sick.
Lovely.
My crew is big and it keeps getting bigger. That's 'cause Jesus Christ is my nigga.
What? How did he possibly think that was going to be okay? If you create something that shocking, don't film it. If I did something awful, like, I don't know, let's say I made a film where some girl did me up the jacksie with a strap on, I would never show that. You keep that hidden. You don't... Jeez.
Ooh, liquid ass.
All right, I was a little bit older, but I still needed the money. Now, this is the part of the show I genuinely don't know anything about. There's going to be a mystery guest who's been in the news, and I have to figure out who that person is. So, please welcome my mystery guest! Hello. How are you? I'm very well indeed. How are you? Good. Excellent. What's your name? Norman. Norman. Right. It would appear to have something to do with birds. Let me think. Let me have a look-see. Is it to do with parrots? No. Canaries? No. Budgies? Yes. Right. Why have you been in the news? Are you the world's best budgie?
No, not the world's best budgie, no.
No. Come here, I've got to show you some love. Shake my hand, that was a good guy. That's a firm grip. How many budgies have you killed? You're not the world's best budgie killer, that'd be... I'm just going to kill a load of budgies with a hammer. Have you ever killed a budgie?
No. My dog did.
Your dog killed a budgie?
He got stuck in his throat.
Right. OK. Do you have the most budgies in the world?
No. I actually work in a circus.
You work in a circus? Yeah. That must be a pretty shit circus if it's... They hold the budgie, not elephants, or it's just budgies?
Well, we're not allowed elephants in the circus nowadays. We have domesticated animals, horses, ponies, and the budgies.
And the budgies. So why have you been in the news?
Why have I been in the news?
Yes.
Well, I've been voted the world's longest living ringmaster.
So, did you know from an early age that you could be a master of the ring?
Well, the first time I went into the ring was in I can't say anything around here.
It wasn't even legal then.
Now, the first time I performed...
In the ring, yeah, it doesn't work, no. The first time you leapt in the ring doesn't work.
What word are we looking for? For the first time I entertained in the ring?
Yeah.
No. The first time I went in the ring was in 1948.
Oh, there you go, and you've been in the ring since 1948. I feel like I'm talking to my future self, it's amazing.
Yeah, do you mean to say you're going to look like me?
I hope I look like you.
Oh, there you go.
You're a good-looking man. How old are you?
Me?
Yeah.
77.
There you go. You're looking all right on it. Have you ever had any awful incidents happen?
Of course you do, at times. You know, there's sometimes attack, but you'll see them in a...
Budgies attack?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Have you got any diva budgies that you think, just because they're sort of glamorous, you have to deal with them?
Yeah, of course.
Who's your biggest diva? What's her name?
Actually, they're all male budgies.
All right.
Yeah, all male, and two of them are paired up.
It's fine. It's the 90s.
Now, I'll tell you what, I'm going to introduce you to the budgies and run a budgie circus.
Get in, let's do that. We're going to run a budgie circus. So, Norman, first of all, I think I look a bit like Boris Johnson's sperm.
Well, you could do say that, couldn't you?
Yeah. So what are we going to do with these critters?
You're not frightened of them, are you?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. I want to hit them. I won't hit them, but my instinct says kill.
You never know what they might do to you.
Well, if they do that to me, I'll put them on a George Foreman grill.
I'll show you a couple of tricks, and you'll have to do the next one.
Gotcha.
Gotcha, but listen, you've got to learn this one. It's a twist. You've got to pick him up.
Yep.
Put him on the other hand, like that.
Sexy.
Let him down.
Nice.
Right, you have a go at doing that.
OK, there you go.
Pick him up. Now put your hand up to him. No, be brave, be positive. Right, positive. Up, put him on your other finger. Above it, above it, above it. No, in front of it. There. Like that. You've got to know that.
It was just there.
I'll show you again. Watch this, Russell. Right, pick him up.
Yeah.
Right, straight in front of him, like that.
I see,
right.
I see.
You have a go. Turn round. You're in the wrong place. Sit down. Good boy, sit down. But don't go like this.
No.
You know,
yeah.
Positive. Big, strong.
I will.
You're a big, strong man.
Yeah. Dealing with budgies. Right, now, let me do it.
Now you're going to do it. Come on, you're doing well. Come on, right in. Push your hand in. Push your hand in. Go on. Yeah! I'll show you them a couple of things you can do. My lords, ladies and gentlemen, the fabulous budgie trainer, Russell Howard. Now, right, up you go. Here we go. Right, let's get going. Here we go. Come on, that's it. Up you go. Come on, keep going. Here we go. Ah, come on. Now you stand over the other side. Right, you chase them up. Just click behind them.
Up you go.
Not
Come
too
on.
much. That's it. You're doing well. Come on, keep going. There we go. Come on, hurry up. Right, let's sit down there. Now, what's he's gonna... Hey, come on. Come on, here. Come on, just get them to sit down here. Say, hey! How do you stop them doing this? Stand up the other end. Just click there when they come down. Come on, guys. Come on, guys, hurry up. Click down there. That's the one. Come on. Ready up. Ready. Sit there. How you do? Come on. Let go. Up the top. Let go. That's right. High five. There's a bit more to go here.
That was wonderful. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for my Michigan! And the wonderful budgie! Next up, have a look at what the Dutch equivalent of Jonathan Ross did on primetime TV. Dutch TV presenter stuns viewers after drinking breast milk direct from mother's breast. You think it's shocking hearing about it? Wait till you see it!
Niet gezeten. Moet dat gewoon...
Ja, ik weet het, ik heb het niet.
He drank tit milk! It wasn't just me that was shocked, even her baby was terrified! Some even ran to complain! Christ, only one person sums up how I feel!
Ain't nobody got time for
it! Yes! You would never catch me showing something that disgusting on TV. I mean, for Christ's sake, families could be watching this just... I don't remember filming that one. Now, an inspirational story about an artist called Barry West.
Seeing Barry West at work, it's the precision and patience which is at first extraordinary. Then he tells you he's only been mouth painting for 18 months.
Just started out just trying out as a little stick drawing, just as a bit of fun, and then went from there really and thought, I mean, I'm getting some really nice comments back after putting some on Facebook, and I just went more and more and thought, I want to practice more and more. I like these comments.
His progress means his designs could now be sold around the world on cards, calendars, and as prints through the Association of Mouth and Foot Painters. It's quite an achievement, but Barry is used to doing what he sets his mind to. His car crash at 19 left him unable to use his legs or arms, but in the 16 years since, he's been skydiving, become a qualified scuba diver, and scaled Ben Nevis. He doesn't just take part, but is also a team leader on various expeditions.
When I was able-bodied and you think, I want to go and do something, you know, you can do it next week, the week after, and you think, I'll get round to it. But where I've had a lot of my physical ability taken away, where I've only got use of my head, now I think, how can I do that?
Last year, he carried the Olympic torch through Rye. The Paralympics, he says, has made a real difference to people's perceptions of those with disabilities. And he hopes he can help those struggling, as he did for years, to come to terms with spinal injuries.
We're not programmed in to know how to cope with living a situation with just the use of your head. And I didn't think it was possible, so hopefully some of the things I've gone through and I've done will help other people within my position to believe in their self.
There you go. Now it's time for my stand-up guest. This man is not only very funny, but pretty exciting. He's also a geography teacher, so, yeah. So please welcome Mr. Mark Cooper-Jones!
Hello, I'm Mark. I'd like to start by clearing up that is Mark with a K, not Mark with a C. You see, Marks with a C lack the solid dependability that the K offers. There's no debate with a K, it's a K sound. With a C, you have to decide. Is it a K or an S sound? Is it insect or incest? Of course, in the case of the Cornish stag beetle, there's little difference. Is it sill it bang or kill it bang? Chit-chat? This is the sort of ambiguity Marks with a C have to live with every day. Now, my second name is Cooper-Jones, which does begin with a C, but if you were unsure of how to pronounce this particular C, you may end up calling me Mark Super-Jones, which is in no way an issue for me. Whilst we're on my name, I'd like to tell you a quick story. Hello, I'm Mark is possibly one of the simplest things you'll ever hear. Now, I was introduced to somebody recently who said his name was Gavin. So I said, hello, I'm Mark. And he said, Bark? Now, Mark is a fairly common name. I'm sure many of you know a Mark. Or if you don't, you're at least au fait with the name Mark. But Gavin somehow thought it would make far more sense if I'd been named after the outer layer of a tree. Of course, he may not have misheard me at all. He could simply have been giving me an order. Although it's not something you'd expect to be asked to do on being introduced to somebody. Hello, I'm Mark. Bark. No. So I can tell that just by looking at me, a lot of you presume I was educated at some kind of a posh, all-boys, private boarding school where buggery was commonplace and you were forced to join the cadets. But actually, I managed to get out of the cadets after a year. When I wasn't at boarding school, I grew up in Lincolnshire, the second largest county in the UK, and very few people know where it is. It is so boring, so little happens there, that Wikipedia describes its drainage system as fascinating. Then I went to university where I studied geography, and I soon realised, studying geography, there was only really one career path available to me, and that was teaching. You see, learning geography leads to teaching geography. The only reason people teach it is to create more geography teachers. It's like a sick, self-fulfilling prophecy. And nobody here is allowed to heckle colouring in because the correct term is, in fact, shading. But there's this stereotype about geography teachers that they're often in the school to do something besides just teaching geography. People assume that because your subject is broad, that your skill set is equally broad. So when I got asked a couple of weeks before the end of last term to go down to the junior school and dress up as Shakespeare for the day, I thought to myself, I finally earned the respect of my department. I had to talk to some 6-year-olds, which can be quite intimidating because they're very curious, but I had a script I had to learn, and it began like this. Hello, I'm William Shakespeare, and I was born in 1564 in Stratford-upon-Avon. My father, John, was an alderman. At this point, the first hand went up. What's an alderman? Good question. An alderman is what my father was. The teacher who was accompanying them then chipped in at this point and said, an alderman is actually someone who's quite respected in the town. Shakespeare's authority has now been undermined by a primary school teacher, ladies and gents. I managed to get back on track, and later on I got another difficult question. How many plays did you write? 40, I answered confidently. And I even followed it up with, because I wanted it to be a round number. A primary school teacher who was accompanying them again chipped in and said it was actually 37. I congratulated myself on getting that close. But I wasn't going to be undermined a second time, so I said, no, it was 40. You just haven't found 3 of them yet. But I love geography. I really love the subject. You get to use lots of great geographical words. My favourite geographical word is orogeny. Start with an O. Orogeny. It means the forming of mountains. But you have to use that voice, orogeny. We all try it on 3, 1, 2, 3. Orogeny. Oh, that is filth. The problem with geography is it's not that impressive a subject, is it? It's not perceived as impressive. If you're at a party, it's very hard to impress people by, say, listing all of the US states in alphabetical order in under 20 seconds. For example, Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas, California, Colorado, Connecticut, Delaware, Florida, Georgia, Hawaii, Idaho, Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Kansas, Kentucky, Louisiana, Maine, Maryland, Massachusetts, Michigan, Minnesota, Mississippi, Missouri, Montana, Nevada, Nebraska, New Hampshire, New Jersey, New Mexico, North Carolina, North Dakota, Ohio, Oklahoma, Oregon, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, South Carolina, South Dakota, Tennessee, Texas, Utah, Vermont, Virginia, Washington, West Virginia, Wisconsin, Wyoming. It's just not that impressive. That says 18.00. That is a new personal best with which I am delighted. Can all the single people in please raise their hands for me? I'm not. Keep your hands up. I did see you all, so... I'm actually in a lovely relationship. I've actually got a girlfriend who loves me quite a lot. You single people should try it. Just get in a relationship. You'd really enjoy it. Hands up, please. Hands up. Seriously, all the hands up that were up. We're one of those couples who really sort of have it all. You know, love, joy, happiness. We're the sort of couple you really enjoy spending time with, particularly if you're single, because we sort of show you just how good your life could be. With this in mind, we like to invite all our single friends round for dinner, one at a time, as often as we can. There are some disadvantages to having a girlfriend. For example, when they dislocate your jaw. What happened is, because I'm quite a lot of fun, in the bedroom, I was trying to eat her face, OK? No, not in, like, a snogging way, in a your face is now a meal way. So we were just fooling around. Fun Mark was really starting to hit his stride. And if anything, he was too much fun in the bedroom because his jaw locked open. Now, this being a fairly serious problem, the immediate reaction of those around you is to laugh in your face. Especially if those around you were just having their faces eaten by the victim of the dislocation. And there's only really one thing you can do in this situation, ladies and gents, and that's to go to hospital. Now, the waiting room in A&E is never a fun place to be at the best of times. But when you look like this... There's only so long you could pretend it's just a big yawn. So that's one of the big disadvantages to having a girlfriend. But in general, it's great being loved, isn't it? I think deep down what we all really want is to be loved. When I sign off an email, "Love Mark," that is an order. And one day, whether with my current girlfriend or a future one, I would like to have kids. And I think having kids will be amazing because you can essentially just make more people who love you. But I don't have any kids of my own at the moment. I do obviously work with children as a teacher. I'd like to start with year 9s. Year 9s. Age 13 to 14. This is by far the most pubic year. And without doubt, the least pleasant to teach. And in one particular class, there is one particular child who the staff refer to only as Smelly Jonathan. I don't have to read his name out when I do the register. It simply goes, Harry, James, Michael? Is Michael here? No, sir. He was sitting next to Jonathan in maths, and now he's being sick in a drain. The boy smells revolting, but recently I thought I would do the responsible thing, thought I'd have a quiet word with him. But talking to a 14-year-old boy about the fact he needs to change his hygiene rituals because it's akin to having a 3-day-old corpse in your class is a difficult conversation to have. So I kept it geographical. I said, Jonathan, what's the principal centre of the Unitary Authority of North East Somerset? Bath? Go home, have one, never enter my classroom again smelling like a favela. I did a training year, obviously. I did a PGCE year. You get put in some quite tough schools on your training year. Mine were no exception. In South East London, they were very difficult schools. A lot of the kids had challenging behaviour. But you have to understand that a lot of them lead difficult home lives. However, I can never understand why you would eat a worksheet you had been given. And then have the audacity to say the words, "I finished my work, sir." My teaching career began with a reception class in a primary school as a teaching assistant. They're aged 4 to 5 years old. It was loads of fun. They have so much energy. There is nothing funnier than a fat child. So I began in primary school. And yes, I did have a favourite. His name was Peter. His best line of written work read, "An egg is cold like the sun." Possibly the worst analogy I've ever encountered. I put it on a wall display. But there was another occasion when the class were all changing for PE. Okay, always a nightmare. The number of 5-year-olds who cannot pull down their shorts without their pants needs to be addressed by parents. And the girl next to Peter had accidentally done this. She'd pulled everything down. And Peter's reaction was very sweet. He simply went, "No." Lovely show. When I came to leave the school, Peter was a bit upset that I was leaving. And I got a bit upset that he was upset. Until, that is, ladies and gents, he gave me this as a leaving present. Now, never mind the fact that Mark is spelt not only with a C, but with a U. Never mind the strange picture of a pink bunny about to commit suicide off the top of this house. We can even ignore the disproportionate size of the tree trunk. The picture is of a girl. The skirt could have been accidental, but the high heels could not. Makes me think our entire friendship was based on a monumental misunderstanding on Peter's part. Ladies and gents, that is all from me. I've been Mark Cooper-Jones. You have been absolutely lovely. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mark Cooper-Jones! Thank you very much for watching the news. Good night, my friends. Good night.